So the 3 essential food groups are fibre. The more variety of fibre, the more microorganisms in the gut. And the more microorganisms in the gut, the stronger your immune system.
What are your favorite fibers?
That's a very hard question. I love fruits and veggies. Legumes are particularly great fibre on the gut.
I didn't know fruits have fiber.
Yep, that's what you're chewing, is that fibre. So fibre, protein. So I get my protein from legumes, nuts and seeds. I have legumes, nuts, seeds every meal. And then fats, great fats. One author reckons it'll take a whole nother generation to get fat phobia out of the brain.
Because there's healthy fats and then there's the bad fats.
That's right.
Like an avocado is a good healthy fat.
Olive oil's a great fat. Coconut oil's a great fat. All your nuts and seeds.
Dr. Barbara O'Neill, a well-known health educator from Australia, has dedicated her life to exploring the profound connection between diet and health, particularly in the context of disease prevention. Her teachings emphasize the importance of maintaining an alkaline body pH as a cornerstone for optimal health and a powerful strategy against diseases like cancer. Through her extensive research and personal experiences, she has identified essential food groups that not only promote an alkaline environment, but also contribute to overall wellness.
And you might be surprised to see that the first alkaline food I'm putting up here is the humble lemon. And you might say, no, the lemon's acid. It is. And it's acid where it should be. There's only one part in the body that should be acid. You know where that is? Stomach. It must be acid. If someone says, I've got a very acid stomach, I say, praise God. Because if you don't have an acid stomach, you can't break your proteins down. How do you know it's acid? Well, it's sore. Well, you shouldn't feel it. I can't feel it. It means you haven't got a thick mucosa lining on the stomach. We're going to look at water tomorrow, and that's made up of water. Maybe it's because you're dehydrated. Remember, you've got to investigate. I gave a presentation last night to a group, and we had questions at the end. And one question was, what can I do for high blood pressure? And I said, well, I can't answer that in 30 seconds, but you can go to my YouTube lecture. What can we do for this? I said, well, all depends on why it's... What can I do for my sore finger? All depends on why the finger's sore. So you've got to investigate. So I actually referred them to lectures I have online where they can investigate. Everyone wants a quick fix. Sorry, there aren't any. The quickest fix I know would have to be your hot and cold. Your hot and cold treatments. You can get relief very quickly with your hot and cold water treatments. No, the lemon is acid where it should be. That's why you'll find that most of our salad dressings have lemon in them. But when it is broken down in the gut and the minerals are dispersed and absorbed into the blood and thus to the tissues, it has an alkaline effect. Because the lemon is high in the alkaline minerals, which is sodium and potassium, calcium, magnesium and iron. These are the alkaline minerals, and the lemon is high in the alkaline minerals. Don't you love the lemon? Every home should have a lemon tree. And if you're in a unit, you can have a lemon tree in a pot on your veranda. Dark green leafy vegetables are also alkaline forming. Dark green leafy vegetables we should be eating every day. That's your kale, that's your parsley, that's your, what you call them, collard greens. Do you know, I've never seen collard greens in Australia. You can tell I'm in Alabama. They're a popular food here, but we do have spinach and silver beet, kale. We should be eating something from the dark green family of vegetables every single day. And if you don't, you really should have a dose of green barley or super greens. Also vegetables. Vegetables have an alkaline effect. But there is a question mark with vegetables. I'm putting a question mark here because for some people these have an alkaline effect and sometimes an acid effect. It's the tomato and bell pepper, or in Australia we call that capsicum. Also eggplant, and some countries call this aubergine. And last is the potato. Now this is not the sweet potato. The sweet potato is actually not a potato. The sweet potato is a yam. I'm referring to the English potato or the Irish potato. This is the nightshade group of vegetables, and for some people they have an acid effect, and for some people they have an alkaline effect. Let me tell you what I have found with me. My mother died at 51, a cripple in a wheelchair with rheumatoid arthritis. I have strong inherited genes to that way. And my body says to me, a little tomato now and then. My body says to me, don't even touch the bell pepper. What happens if I touch it? Oh, it repeats on me all afternoon and my energy just goes. So I say, I'm hearing your body and I don't eat it. The eggplant, I have a little eggplant now and then, maybe twice a month. Potato, my husband's an Irishman. Potatoes must be in every main meal, so I have it probably most days. That's what my body tells me. I don't know what your body will tell you. Now, I could have 10 professors in front of me saying, this is ridiculous, Barbara. The bell pepper is a very good vegetable. It is high in antioxidants and vitamin C's. You should be eating it. Who am I going to listen to? I've got to live in this body. That's why the fine tuning is yours. No man on the planet can tell you the fine tuning. Only your body can. We had one lady who conquered her arthritis. Isn't that good news? Yeah. She conquered her arthritis by stopping the nightshades. It appears if you have an inflammatory condition in the body, the nightshades will feed that inflammation. She conquered her arthritis. She was in her 70s. Even her swollen joints came down. Isn't that good news? She said to me, do you think I could start eating that now? I said, you could try. Your body will quickly tell you. She told me later that her body lets her have half a tomato every second day. Her body does not let her have the bell pepper. Her body lets her have a little eggplant now and then, and she has potato a couple of times a week. She said, my body's happy with that. One lady said to me, I can have the green bell pepper but not the red. Another lady said, well, I can have the red and not the green. Another lady said, I can have the raw and not the cooked. And another lady said, well, I can have the cooked and not the raw. I find that my body's very happy with cayenne pepper, and yet that's from the capsicum of the bell pepper family. I think perhaps the medicinal properties of the cayenne pepper maybe far outweigh for me the reaction. So the choice is yours, the question mark's there. If you love this food, if you have no reaction and no arthritis, enjoy.
As Dr. O'Neill often explains, the human body functions best within a specific pH range, ideally between 7.35 and 7.45. This slightly alkaline state is crucial for various bodily functions, including enzyme activity, nutrient absorption, and detoxification. When the body becomes too acidic, it creates an environment that can foster the growth of diseases, particularly cancer. And Dr. O'Neill asserts that cancer cells thrive in acidic conditions and are inhibited by an alkaline environment. Thus, she advocates for the consumption of alkaline-forming foods to help maintain this delicate balance and support the body's natural defenses. In her teachings, Dr. O'Neill highlights several food groups that are particularly effective in promoting an alkaline environment.
Now, I've got a question mark with fruit too. Why have I got a question mark? If someone has a yeast presence in their body and they're eating a lot of fruit, the sugar in the fruit will feed the yeast. And as the yeast feeds on the sugars in the fruit, it gives off acetic acid. It gives off lactic acid. It gives off uric acid. So it basically is feathering its nest. So when a person has a yeast presence and they're eating a lot of fruit, can you see that they are feeding the problem? And they're creating the environment of 5.5 where yeast loves to live. And alcohol is also given off. Alcohol breaks down in the body to acetaldehyde. And acetaldehyde is a neurotoxin. We don't want a neurotoxin. A neurotoxin is a brain killer. There are 5 places you can be exposed to acetaldehyde. Yes, if someone consumes alcohol. Yes, if someone has a yeast problem and they're having a lot of fruit, it will break down to this. Cigarette smoke, car fumes give off acetaldehyde, and the last one is vinegar. We don't use vinegar here, we use lemon. Lemon is far superior. Let's have a look at acid-forming foods now. These acid-forming foods are high in the acid-forming minerals, which is phosphorus, sulfur, and chlorine. So what foods are high in phosphorus, sulfur, and chlorine? Meat. This explains why Dr. Colin Campbell found he could turn cancer cells on and off like a switch by the amount of meat and dairy products he was giving the rats. Refined sugar, it's very acid forming. The hybridized wheat, the hybridization of the wheat created a lot more of the acid forming minerals. Aged cheese. What's the blue in the blue vein cheese? The blue in the blue vein cheese is mold. So the only cheeses that don't sit under that category, the cheeses that have probably a pH of 7 would be your fresh. So that's your cottage, your ricotta. I'm not saying that they are okay, because usually they come from cows who have not been fed right or have chemicals in them. But on the pH scale, they're not as acid. Caffeine, all your caffeine foods and drinks have an acid effect. And of course, caffeine usually comes hand in hand with the sugar, which certainly ups it. And remember our 2.6 Coca-Cola, that's a combination of the caffeine and the sugar. Did you know that Coca-Cola is called Coca-Cola because I think it was in the early part of the 20th century they put cocaine in it. And then they went over to caffeine, which is just as dangerous. Alcohol is not a food, but it creates an acid environment in the body. Tobacco is not a food, but it also creates an acid environment in the body.
One of the first foods she recommends is lemons. Despite their acidic taste, lemons have an alkalizing effect on the body once metabolized. They are rich in vitamin C and antioxidants, which help detoxify the body and boost the immune system. Dr. O'Neill often encourages starting the day with a glass of warm lemon water to aid digestion and set a positive tone for health. Next on her list are dark green leafy vegetables, such as kale, spinach, and collard greens. These nutrient-dense vegetables are highly alkaline forming and packed with essential vitamins A, C, K, as well as minerals like calcium and magnesium. They also contain powerful antioxidants that combat oxidative stress and inflammation, two significant contributors to chronic diseases. Dr. O'Neill emphasizes the importance of including a variety of vegetables in a balanced diet. Cruciferous vegetables, like broccoli and Brussels sprouts, are particularly beneficial due to their high levels of glucosinolates, compounds known for their cancer-fighting properties. Legumes, such as lentils, beans, and chickpeas, are excellent sources of plant-based protein and fiber. They help regulate blood sugar levels while promoting digestive health. The high fiber content in legumes is associated with a reduced risk of colorectal cancer, as it aids in maintaining a healthy digestive tract. Whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, and oats provide essential nutrients while helping maintain stable blood sugar levels. They are also high in fiber, which supports digestive health and reduces inflammation. Nuts, such as almonds and Brazil nuts, and seeds, like chia seeds and flax seeds, are nutrient powerhouses, rich in healthy fats, proteins, vitamins, and minerals. They contribute to an alkaline environment in the body while providing essential fatty acids that support heart health. While fruits can be beneficial due to their vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, Dr. O'Neill advises moderation for individuals with yeast overgrowth issues due to their sugar content. Berries are preferred for their lower glycemic index compared to other fruits. Fiber plays a critical role in Dr. O'Neill's dietary recommendations. High-fiber foods promote digestive health by ensuring regular bowel movements and preventing constipation, factors that can significantly reduce cancer risk. Fiber also aids in stabilizing blood sugar levels, which is crucial for preventing diabetes. Hydration is another key component of Dr. O'Neill's approach to disease prevention. Drinking plenty of water helps maintain optimal body fluids and supports detoxification processes. She suggests incorporating herbal teas or infused waters with lemon or mint for added benefits.
All your other grains, other than the grains that sit on the alkaline side, all your other legumes, other than the lima, lentil and soy, and all your other nuts, other than the almond and Brazil, have an acid effect. To maintain the 6.5 environment, we need to be consuming 20% acid-forming foods and 80%, 70 to 80% alkaline-forming foods. And I'm sure you're not surprised to hear me say that the 20% should come from this section here. Yes, oatmeal is here. Yes, rice is here. They're not bad grains. We need a little acid. Yes, your chickpeas are here, and your garbanzos, your chickpeas, your black-eyed beans, your kidney beans. They're not bad. Of course they're not bad. We need a little acid. It's when the whole meal is acid that tips the scales. How many Americans would be eating 90% acid, 10% alkaline? Is that true? No wonder cancer and heart disease are neck to neck for the #1 killers in the world today. Far more people die from alcohol-related diseases, far more people die from tobacco-related diseases, and yet they're not banning tobacco or alcohol, are they? That's why the deaths to COVID fade into insignificance against all of these. That's why God gave us a sound mind to assess these things. Are you familiar with the hydrangea plant? The hydrangea plant's a beautiful big bush, and it has big flowers, about this big, and each flower is made up of actually a whole lot of tiny little flowers. And sometimes you'll see a hydrangea plant with blue flowers, sometimes purple flowers, sometimes hot pink flowers, sometimes pale pink flowers. They're not different types of hydrangea plant. The gardener plays with the pH of the soil, because different pHs create different coloured flowers. There's a massage house in the town near us. Well, it's an hour away. We're from an hour from a town. And it's an old house that's been painted purple. And out the front they've got big hydrangea plants, and the purple is the same colour as the paint that painted the house. I'm wondering how long it took them to play with the pH of the soil just to get the right colour. Just as the gardener plays with the pH of the soil to get the right colour flower, you can play with the pH of your soil, cell, to create different health and sicknesses conditions in the body. One of the easiest ways to do it is eat more vegetables, eat more greens. Start pursuing the other grains.
In addition to dietary choices, Dr. O'Neill emphasizes a holistic lifestyle approach that encompasses regular physical ability, effective stress management, and adequate sleep. She believes that exercise is vital for maintaining a healthy weight, reducing stress levels, and promoting overall well-being. Engaging in physical activity not only strengthens the body, but also enhances mental clarity and emotional resilience. Recognizing the impact of chronic stress on health, Dr. O'Neill advocates for practices such as meditation and yoga to help individuals manage their stress effectively. These techniques foster relaxation and mindfulness, counteracting the acidity that can arise from prolonged stress. Moreover, she highlights the importance of quality sleep as a crucial component of recovery and hormonal balance. A restful night allows the body to repair itself and rejuvenate for the day ahead. By integrating regular exercise, stress management techniques, and sufficient sleep into daily life, individuals can create a comprehensive approach to wellness that complements their dietary choices. ultimately leading to improved health outcomes and a greater sense of vitality. Dr. Barbara O'Neill's dietary philosophy revolves around consuming whole, minimally processed foods that promote an alkaline environment within the body while avoiding those that contribute to acidity. By focusing on specific food groups, lemons, dark leafy greens, various vegetables, legumes, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and fruits, individuals can significantly reduce their risk of chronic diseases like cancer. Maintaining a balanced pH through diet not only supports immune function, but also enhances overall health by providing essential nutrients necessary for optimal bodily functions. While no single food can guarantee disease prevention, adopting a plant-based diet rich in these essential food groups can play a pivotal role in promoting longevity and well-being. By integrating these principles into daily life, alongside physical activity, stress management techniques, and adequate hydration, individuals can take proactive steps towards better health outcomes while significantly reducing their risk of disease. In essence, Dr. O'Neill's teaching serves as a reminder that our dietary choices hold immense power over our health destinies. By choosing wisely today, we can cultivate a healthier tomorrow, filled with vitality and resilience against disease.